Alright, so this week we're going to go ahead and try to install, let me get this out of the way, all the parts you see on the table here. So new front shackles, new shocks, we also have the shock mounts, we have some new tank straps, we had to braze a few of the tanks here as well, and we also have new leaf spring bushings here. And hold on, alright, see here, brand new leaf spring bushings as well. So the plan is to first try to see how we can remove these. Grinding and drilling first, torch second, but we need to get all these bolts removed, then remove the bushing, and we should be good to go after that. And once we get that done, we'll replace these mounts. This side's already done for the mount to the frame, but both shocks are pretty rusty and need to be replaced as well. Alright, so we got the jack up on this side, and we got it just high enough that most of the weight is off it and the wheels can just barely spin freely. And the reason we're doing this is that when we remove these rivets and get it clean, that it doesn't spring up like this back one did when it broke and it put a giant hole in the frame. So hopefully that does not happen to us. Alright, so we're going to try to remove this with a ratchet first, but after trying out a little bit and really putting some oomph into it, you'll see here in a second that we almost split the ratchet itself. So we're going to remove this and cut it out with a torch, and you'll see here that we're using a shovel to cut initially. And the reason we're cutting the shovel is because we need to create something to protect where we are going to be cutting those rivets out, because there's fuel lines there. So if you look here, we're installing it, and if you come to the front side here, we more or less just cut that shovel wide enough so it protects all of our fuel lines from where the hot debris will be coming through. Alright, so you can see we finally got the front shackle off, and drilling through the rubber part of that leaf spring bushing really helped getting this out. I don't think we would have gotten it out without it. So now we need to remove the metal ring for this bushing, which I'll use this hacksaw here to slowly go back and forth. And once I cut a groove into it, I'm going to then take a chisel, punch it through, and hopefully that will make this easy to install the new bushing. Alright, so we finally got the old outer part of the bushing removed. Took a little more work than I thought, but now we are just going to go in there, make sure it's clean with the sandpaper, clean it up to make sure this next one, or new bushing, slides in easier. Once we have that, we're going to put the bushing on here, and using a C-clamp, we will start pressing it together, and a socket on the back side as well. And you can see here we're just adding some anti-seize to help with that, and to make the process go just a little bit smoother. Alright, so we're going to call it good for this video, but we were able to replace the front shackles along with the front leaf spring bushing, along with all the hardware that goes to both of these, so everything's nice and clean. Also off camera, we replaced the shock mount, so cut out those rivets, new hardware there, along with new shocks. So everything's looking pretty good. Touched up a few spots with port 15, but as always, like and subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and we'll see you in the next one. But we need to finish this up here, and then we will have the real test for this truck with a 400-mile drive back to Wisconsin. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks again.